Hello juniors, and welcome back to Computer Systems and Programming. For this video today we are going over LiClipse and how to install it and then how to use it. So I'll be following the attached activity prompt, the one right here. I first want to talk about what LiClipse is. LiClipse is an integrated development environment, which is IDE, which is a software application that provides comprehensive facilities to computer programmers for software development. It basically makes coding easier to work with instead of just using Notepad++ like you have done in the past. We will be using this IDE to kind of help us with debugging and other things. Additionally, with Eclipse, you can run your program, debug your program, and view one or multiple projects while still working within one window. So IDEs help with a couple different things. They help with color coding, which ensures that you have the correct syntax. It also suggests methods and functions for you as soon as you start typing. It flags errors in your code before you even run it. And then you can run code directly in your IDE. Note that IDEs can also help with debugging, but debugging is a more advanced topic that we will get to later in this course. So the first thing that you are going to do is navigate to this link right here, and this is the website where the LiClipse download is. And there will be a get it download. So you're going to click on this link. I have it open here. You're going to go get it download. You're going to download the 64-bit Windows version for your Windows computer. You're going to click it and it will download an .exe, and you're going to click that .exe and you are just going to follow through that process. It is just going to be a couple of clicks saying like, yes, I want to accept this. There is nothing you have to check. There are no boxes to check or anything. Just allow it to make any changes to your computer. After installing LiClipse, just the regular setup, you will see a workspace launcher. What you are going to want to do is make a folder on your desktop called Python. And you are going to set your workspace in your workspace launcher to your Python folder you just created. Then make sure to check the box underneath it in the launcher that says use this as a default and do not ask again. Then click Launch. The Choose Theme window should pop up, but you can choose whatever you would like. Before we jump into Eclipse too much more, I want to explain directories to you. Directories are simply all of the folders on your computer where you put your files. When we talk about the current working directory, CWD, that is the folder you are currently working in. So when you need to reference a file in another directory, you must navigate to it, similar to how you did in web design. So once you have the Eclipse installed, it shouldn't take too long. You should get something that looks like this. What we're going to do is make sure that all of our views are the same and that we are seeing the same thing. So what you're going to do is you're going to go to Window, Perspective, Reset Perspective, and you are going to click Reset Perspective again. That should reset it to the default, which is just the text editor, the outline, and this PyDev package explorer right here. Then what you're going to want to do is click Window again, Show View, and Console. And that should pop up this console on the bottom of your screen. And you can close the outline on the right if you would like. I like it there, so I'm going to leave it there for now. But otherwise, now we should have the same view as each other. Now there is a lot happening on the screen, so let's figure out what is going on. As you can see, there is more in this program. It is similar to when you used Photoshop or Premiere, so let's go through the different areas all together. So right here, you have the PyDev packages bar. It is on the left-hand side, and it shows you all of your project folders and .py modules. So as you can see, I have a lot of projects folders from all of the years of coding I've done. But with these project folders, you can see that if I drop down, you can see the PyDev module right here. On the bottom, you have the console. This is where you will actually run your program, and when you print out things, it'll print out right here. And when you want to input text, there will be a spot to input it. Then there is the main editor right here. The last part I want to cover is the quick access bar. So the first icon can be used to make modules. So right here, this first icon. The second icons are to save. So the first one saves the module you are currently working on. But if you have multiple modules open and click this icon right here, it will save all of the modules I have open. You can ignore the next 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. You don't have to worry about these right now. The next one, the green play button, is used to run the program. So when you have a program opened in your main editor, so you can click this drop down right here, do run as Python run, hit OK, and it will print everything that you have in this right here. You also have a taskbar which has all the normal stuff like window, run, file, and as well you can save from the taskbar. So right here, save as. I use the main taskbar file for new, and then PyDev project and PyDev module, so that is how I create my new ones. Now let's talk about actually using LiClipse. To make a project, you're going to go to File, New, PyDev project, and name it Hello World. I already have Hello World, so I'm going to do Hello World 3. The name that I would like you to give is Hello World. When you are naming a project, there's no spaces and you use camel casing. Camel casing is where you capitalize the first letter of every word besides the first word, which is lowercase. So this Hello World is camel casing. If you don't have an interpreter, which is what we downloaded first, you're going to click here to configure it. So you're going to click here to configure it, and you should be able to do an auto configuration that should find the Python that we downloaded. So you should be able to try quick auto config, and if that is not working, you can also try do manual config and locate where your Python was installed. But if you are having problems, you can still reach out to me. Then once you do that, you can just click finish, and your project folder should show up in your PyDev package explorer. So finish, it shows up right here. Then what we need to do is actually make a .py. So what you're going to do is go File, New, PyDev module, and you are going to name it the same as the project. So you guys would do Hello World, but since I already have that one, I'm going to do 3 after mine, and then do finish. So then you're going to click OK, and it's going to show up right here underneath that project, but this is the module, and then you will see your editor is ready to go. So now if you would go to your Python folder, so if I would go File, mine is on my desktop, so it's easy to find. If we would do Python, here's my Python folder, we would scroll down, yours would show up Hello World here, and you would have the PyDev project right here. But for me, mine is under Hello World 3, so it would be here. And here is my PyDev project that replicates this right here. So let's try some code. Let's do print with quotation marks and parentheses, Hello World with an exclamation point. And now let's try running it. If we would do run as, Python run, and hit OK, it will print Hello World in your console. Now you have to do that run process every time you want to run a new project. You don't always have to name the modules and the project folder the same thing. For our projects, they will be named the same thing. That's just because we're doing very small projects, so we want to create more projects to really get the hang of LiClipse. So we're going to make the following projects and modules. You will make a project called your first name. So mine would be Samantha. I have already done this down here. So here is Samantha. And for this, I went into File, New, PyDev project, and named it Samantha. And then you'll make a module with your last name. So mine would be Bowers. So then I went back in to File, New, PyDev module, and named it Bowers. So then I got Samantha as the project, Bauer as the module. Then you are going to make another project called Practice Project, and in that project you are going to make 2 modules. So here I made a PyDev project called Practice Project, and underneath I went back in and made 2 modules, Module 1 and Module 2. And then finally you are going to make a project folder and module folder called Finally Done. So at the end of this practice, you should have a folder called your first name with module inside titled your last name. You should have a project called Practice Project with 2 modules inside called Module 1 and Module 2. And then lastly, a project called Finally Done and a module inside of that project called finallydone.py. You do not have to show me when you complete this. This is just practice for you. But if you would like to, you can send me a screenshot to my email that shows all of the project folders and the modules inside of them. But yeah, this is not graded. Like always, if you have any further questions, don't hesitate to reach out to me. Otherwise, I will see you all later.